The gospel this Sunday is very compelling, so I would like us to take it easy with the challenge of this. Because you could be trusted with small things, I will entrust you greater responsibilities. This line was repeated twice by the master. First, with the one who received 5 talents, and second, to the one who received 2 talents. So I invite all of you today to reflect on this important truth. How we deal with small things actually matters because it speaks volume about us. Take note that even the 5 and the 2 talents given to the first and second servants were also regarded by the master as small things compared to the greater things he had in store for all of them 3. But first, they have to realize that what really was the big thing. Small things, they've been entrusted, but what's the big deal? This is it. The master's trust in them. Okay? Remember, he chose these 3 among the many servants. Just like here, if I have chosen 3 of you, meaning I have a great trust in you. And then second, we are told that he gave each one of them according to his ability. Meaning, the master knew exactly the capacity of the servant he is entrusting his money with. A knowledge of the master. God knows us through and through. Okay? And then third, he wanted to see how they would handle small things before he could entrust bigger things to them. So that's the big deal. That's how the mind of the master for the servants. You see, small responsibilities handled with a lot of dedication and commitment become big deal. Challenge for all of us today. Think of those small responsibilities you were able to overcome, and now you are handling already big responsibilities. It is amazing how some people, when given the chance, can do so much with so little resources. This is particularly true for those who do not look for what is not there, but make do with what is there, what is available, and how to make the most out of it. And it's truly inspiring to see people at that. The capacity to see great potentials and countless possibilities in small things is actually a gift. Hopefully, all of us can develop that. When you see something, see already the possibility of what you can do by God's gift to you, so make it a greater things for not just for self, but for others too. But it requires a lot of creativity and imagination. But, truth to be told, one of the greatest enemy of potential greatness is the tendency to belittle. To belittle small things or people. That is exactly what the 3rd servant did. He belittled what he had received. 1 talent. Why he belittled that? I think he knew that the other servant had gotten more talents, and so he felt bad about that. And it is connected to this capital sin, envy. Envy can make us small-minded. How? Look how he belittled not only what he had received, but also his capacity to make something out of it. This is why the master is so angry about. Although he did not lose the money, he kept it and actually returned it. But the master was disappointed primarily because he entrusted the money not for him to keep it, but to use it according to his ability. The master is more interested not in the profit that he will gain, but seeing his servant developed his ability to manage the resources. It was the reason he had been chosen from among the many in the first place. Because the master saw the capacity and ability of that servant to multiply and make it big. The very small thing that he had entrusted him. And let us listen to the punishment that he got from the master. Take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. Again, let's digest that. Listen to the last line. The one who has not, even what he has, will be taken away. Isn't that contradictory? The one who has not, even what he has, will be taken away. What is that precise thing that he will be taken away, will be taken away from him? Meaning, it was not true that he has not have anything. He had something, but he belittled the thing. He had treated it as nothing because he considered it as nothing. And so he ended up with nothing. Simple as that, right? Let us put this in a mathematical formula. No matter how great the number is, if you multiply it with 0, it will be 0. As easy as that. In experience, you use it or you lose it, right? And so I'm grateful for our volunteers that we have this kind of community. They had given so much of themselves, our choir, our liturgical minister, our special ministry for the deaf and the mute, especially the outreach that we will be promoting today, so that the gift that we have received may multiply. And so, let us take this in the lesson of the multiplication of loaves and fish. Remember how the disciples also belittled what they had when Jesus told them to feed the crowds of 5,000 people and asked them how much food they had. And their reply was, "We have nothing but 5 loaves and 2 fish." 5 loaves and 2 fish. They have nothing because they immediately reckoned that it was not much. It was not enough. They even said, "What good is this 5 loaves and 2 fish for so many?" Isn't that also our experience? This is precisely the attitude of Jesus had to correct first in his own disciples. The lesson that he wanted them to learn was this, and let us reflect on this. You will never discover the secret of multiplication if you do not know how to start with what you have. We were just children, and now we're grown up. We were able to multiply what God had given us. So, don't you ever regard as nothing what you have just received, just because it does not mean so much to you. Because you will end up also losing the thing that God has blessed you. Do not look for what is not there. Begin with what you have, however little it might be. Maybe we were being fed by media saying that you worth nothing, you're nothing. No. In God's eyes, we are already somebody, someone being loved and being gifted. Let us go deeper into our reflection of our celebration today, the Eucharist. Let us look and ponder the components of the Eucharist, the 4 words that we use during the consecration. First, he took, meaning he did not refuse a gift that was given wholeheartedly. So you are here actually to worship and bring your intentions, your desire, your situation to the Lord, and he will take those. Second, he blessed it. The bread and the wine, he blessed. Because he gave thanks to God. He see it as grace of God. So whatever you are bringing today, God will bless it. And third, he broke the bread, meaning he multiplied. And then fourth, he gave, meaning he shared so that it could feed many. And this very word, he took, he blessed, he gave, can also be understood in the first reading. And the very beautiful example of finding a good wife. It is actually our reflection too. She took the responsibility and used it by blessing it. And he broke, meaning she forgot herself so that she could serve her family, her husband. And that gave a testimony for others. So she's been blessed, a blessing to others, to her family, and to her community. And this is what we should do. Let us look more on the people in the Bible. The poor widow gave much more with 2 copper coins, in contrast to the rich people who were donating from their surpluses because of her great heart. What did God see in the shepherd David? A great king who would shepherd his people. What did God see in Mary? The potential ark of the new covenant. What did Jesus see in Simon, who thought of himself as a worthless sinner? He became the solid rock on which to build his church. What did Jesus see in Matthew, whom people looked down upon as a corrupt tax collector, a potential evangelist, the very gospel that we just read? What did he see in the self-righteous Paul, who persecuted the Christians, a great apostle to the Gentiles? All of them were small and wretched, but God chose them nevertheless. It was his love that made them big. And so the next time you are tempted to despair or to lose heart because of your littleness, remember what the Lord said. If you have faith even just the size of the mustard seed, you can say to the mulberry tree, be uprooted and be transplanted into the sea. It will obey you. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, faith isn't just about your trust in God. It is also about God's trust and faith in us, whom he entrusts with great responsibility despite our littleness. So, look inside us. What are the blessings that we have been blessed by God? If we acknowledge that and use it, God will use us also to be a blessing to others. Amen.